What's up, guys? Today I've got a pretty crazy video. It's going to take me a long time to explain it, so let me get right into it. I am going to be taking my Virtual Console Pokemon Yellow save. I'm going to be ripping it with JKSMK. I'm going to then be putting it onto a physical Pokemon Yellow cartridge. I'm going to play that cartridge on a Game Boy Advance SP with a GameShark. I'm going to use the GameShark to teach my Pikachu Surf. I am then going to transfer the save back to my 3DS and inject it into the Virtual Console again with JKSMK. Now, the whole way that this is possible is with this console you may or may not have ever heard of. It is the Retron 5. It plays Super Nintendo, Nintendo, Famicom, GBA, and Genesis games, as well as Game Boy Color and Game Boy games. So you can see on the front here, there's a cartridge slot. This is for Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color games. So you can put Pokemon Yellow right into here. On the back, it's got an SD card slot next to its HDMI port. And what's awesome about this is it can rip saves from cartridges, any cartridge, to an SD card. We can then convert the save to be used on a PC, either on an emulator or onto the Virtual Console itself. And this is nutty, okay? This is absolutely nutty. I've loaded up Pokemon Yellow here on the Virtual Console, and I'm going to go to my save so I can show you. I've got 2 badges, my Pokedex is at 10, and my time is 4:45. Real quick, I'm just going to open up my save file, and I need to find a good slot for my Pokemon to learn Surf. So we're going to open up Pikachu's stats here and go over to his attacks, and so I can see the second slot for Thunder Wave is probably the attack I'd want to teach Surf over. So I'm going to go ahead and remember that, the second slot. So now I'm going to open up JKSMK. When you've got JKSMK open, scroll down to SDCIA, hit A, and now try to find your game. I think Pokemon Yellow will probably be just down one. Yep, so there's Pokemon Yellow. I'm going to hit A, and then hit A on Export Save. It's now exported the save, hit OK. Hit B once, and then twice, and now you can hit the home button to exit JKSMK. I'm going to close that. And now all I need to do is open up microSD management, and I'm going to pull this save onto my computer. But first, we're going to fire up the Retron. So I'm here on the back of the Retron 5. I'm going to go ahead and insert my SD card that I'm going to be ripping my saves to. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn on the Retron. We've got the Retron loaded up. We just need to do a few things. So scroll down to Settings, and now scroll all the way down to System. And you're going to want to turn off Auto Load Last State, Auto Start Cartridge on Insertion, automatically import saves on first run, as well as change your save data location from internal to SD card. That's all we need to do here. I'm going to power off the device. I've got my SD card open up on the computer here, and I'm going to go ahead and navigate to my 3DS folder, and then Data, and then JKSV. Now this is where JKSMK saves its saves to, so I'm going to open up my saves folder, and I'm going to grab my Pokemon Yellow save, and I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to find my most recent one, so I guess that's this one right here. I'm going to open it, and I'm going to take the save.dat, I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it onto my PC in a folder called Pokemon Y Virtual Console Unmodified Save. So at the end of this, if I want to re-inject this save and pretend that nothing ever happened, I'm going to have it. So I'm going to paste it there, and now it's safe, and I'm also going to paste one here. So this is the one we're going to be messing with, and this one is my backup. So I've got this program that you can download in the description called Retron 5 File Converter. Now this can either take save files that you ripped from the Retron or take save files that you want to put onto the Retron. So in this case, we're going to take our save.dat, which is our Virtual Console game, and we're going to drag it into here, and we're going to go ahead and write as Retron 5 file. Now this is going to give us a .save that will work on the Retron, But first I'm going to rename it to Pokemon-Yellow version bracket UE and then square bracket C square bracket exclamation point. Now this is what the Retron would name the save file if I ripped it from the cartridge itself. So now it's ready to replace the one that's on the cartridge. Go ahead and remove your SD card from your Retron 5 and insert it into your computer. Retron's SD card loaded up here. I'm going to go ahead and open the Retron folder, the saves folder, and then the SRAM folder, and then Game Boy. And inside of here, I can see there's already a Pokemon Yellow save. I'm going to go ahead and delete it, and I'm going to replace it with the one that we just made from our Virtual Console save. So now all I have to do is safely eject the SD card, and we're pretty much ready to inject this into my cartridge. I'm going to insert my SD card back in the Retron 5. I'm down here on my Game Boy Advance SP, and I have Pokemon Yellow loaded up. I'm going to press up, select, and B at the same time. And this is going to ask me if I want to clear all the save data. I'm going to go ahead and hit yes. And now I'm going to start up another save file because the cartridge needs to have a save to be able to be overwritten. So we're going to go ahead and begin playing the game. So I've loaded up a character and I've named him Not Virtual Console so that we know we're not on the Virtual Console. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And I'm going to save the game. Not VC has saved the game. So now I have a save file on Pokemon Yellow that is completely blank and brand new. Put Pokemon Yellow into the cartridge slot and then power it on. Retron on now and Pokemon Yellow is loaded up. I go down to Game menu, hit A. And then inside of here, you can either copy a save from your cartridge to the Retron or from the Retron to the cartridge. So I'm going to go ahead and copy save to cart and hope that it overwrites the current save that we just made with our Virtual Console save on the SD card. So I'm going to go ahead and hit A, yes. It's writing the save to the cartridge. And it freaking totally worked. I'm going to go ahead and hit play. And we should see my Virtual Console save inside of here. Oh my god, I'm so stoked right now. Alright, I'm gonna hit start. We should see continue. And hopefully it doesn't say not Virtual Console. I'm gonna hit A. And it's Ash from the Virtual Console. What up? What is up? How cool is that? So I now have a Virtual Console save on a physical Game Boy cartridge. How cool is that? So I've got my original Game Boy GameShark as well as the Pokemon Yellow cartridge. I'm going to go ahead and put the Pokemon Yellow cartridge onto the GameShark and then take my GameShark and plug it into my Game Boy Advance SP. Now what I need to do is flick this switch at the very front to the right and then go ahead and turn on the Game Boy, and this is going to load up GameShark. So I've got the GameShark loaded up here. I can go ahead and go to codes and then scroll all the way down till I get to Pokemon Yellow. Hit A on it, and now I can go ahead and turn on the Pikachu code and then hit B and then hit B again, and now start the game and with codes on. So now to start the game, I need to flick this switch on the front to the left, and now Pokemon Yellow should start up. So I've got Pokemon now loaded. I'm going to hit A, and we should see our Virtual Console save file. There it is. I'm going to open it up, and now that we've loaded, what I'm going to need to do is press right on this thing, on this little switch, and that's going to enable our GameShark codes. So if I hit start and go to Pokemon, my Pikachu should now know Surf. I'm going to go, look at that. Go to stats. Hopefully it saved over the right. Yep, saved over Thunder Wave with Surf. So now my Virtual Console Pikachu has Surf. That is so dope. So now all we need to do is put this cartridge back into the Retron, rip the save, convert it, and put it back onto the 3DS. So I'm going to go ahead and save the game. I've flicked the GameShark switch off, and I'm going to go ahead and save. And there we go. Now I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to take out the cartridge, and I'm going to plug it into my Retron and power it back on. So we're back up here on the Retron. I'm going to go into Game Menu, and now I'm going to copy save to Retron. And it's going to ask me if I want to overwrite the one that's on the SD card already. So I'm going to go ahead and hit yes. And we've now redumped our Virtual Console save off of the physical cartridge that has our Pikachu that knows Surf. Got the Retron's SD card back open up on the computer. Gonna open up the Retron folder, the saves folder, the SRAM folder, and then the Game Boy folder. And now we've got our new Pokemon Yellow Virtual Console save. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag this over here and replace the one that we already have. So I'm gonna replace that one. And now we have our Virtual Console save. I'm gonna rename it Pokemon Yellow Virtual Console Modded Surf. So now we've got our modded one that knows Surf. Open up the Retron 5 file converter again, and now we're going to take our new save and we need to convert it back into a Virtual Console save. So I'm going to go ahead and click that little output folder here, and I'm going to rename this. First I'm going to delete our save.dat, and I'm going to name this one save.save, and hit save. And now read from Retron 5 file. And now we've got a save.save. If you want to test to see if your save is working again, go ahead, open up Visual Boy Advance, load up your ROM. So I'm going to load Pokemon Yellow, and then I'm going to go to File, Import Battery File. And if I hit save.save, I'm going to hit OK. So you can see here, here's our players, Ash, and I'm going to open up my Pokemon, and Pikachu should probably know Surf, and it does. How awesome is that? So now I've pulled up my 3DS's SD card onto my computer here. I'm going to open up the 3DS folder, the data folder, and then JKSV, and go into saves, and open up my Pokemon Yellow yet again. And now I'm going to go back to my most recent one, and I'm going to delete the save.dat that's in there. And I'm going to go ahead and take my save.save and rename it to save.dat. And now I'm going to drag it over here. While you're in here, you can probably go ahead and delete this secure value file. I'm going to go ahead and delete it, and I'll meet you down on the 3DS. I'm going to go ahead, go over to JKSMK. And now I'm going to go down to SD/CIA. I'm going to go down to Pokemon Yellow, and I'm going to import the save. Now I'm going to go down to my most recent one that we replaced, and I'm going to go ahead and hit yes. And it's restored. No way was it that easy. Okay, I'm going to back up out of this, and we're going to try to open up Pokemon Yellow. Oh my goodness, I'm so hyped right now. Alright, I'm gonna hit start a couple of times here. And hopefully I still have a save file. We do. It looks like the same one, but 2 minutes were added to the time. So I'm gonna hit start, go to Pokemon, open up my Pikachu, and it knows Surf. How tight is that? Tell me how tight that is. You guys, you don't even understand how cool this is. I can't even believe that I could walk around playing my Virtual Console save on my Game Boy if I wanted to, and then just re-inject it into here if I needed to. It's just, this is ridiculously cool. I'm so stoked on this. You're probably going to see a few more videos where I do something like this, because the Retron having the ability to rip saves, I'm going to be able to do some pretty cool stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you next time. Peace.